About the music, I think like half of the critics say your music is very progressive, and the other half says it's very retro,
Right.
very synthesizer 80s.
Yeah.
Who do you agree with?
Well, I mean, I tend not to think of our music as retro only because obviously our music looks at the past a lot, both like in like the themes that we try to talk about. I mean, a lot of the music is about nostalgia and melancholics and nostalgia and things like that. And a lot of the music references the past. And I listen to a lot of old music. I mean, I don't make any secret of that. But I don't set about going to make music that's like, that's sort of like, I don't know what the word would be, that's like kind of faithful to the past in some weird way. Like I don't try to set up the conditions under which they used all of this and they used this kind of tape, or they, you know what I mean? I don't do that.
You're not an 80s freak. Or,
no, no. And for me, the thing about the 80s that I sort of get the most out of isn't so much like the sound or the look, or it's definitely not the look, but it's more the sort of attitude of making pop music that is sort of kind of subverts, has sort of a sort of subtle subversion to it. Like, you know, sort of, there was a time in the 80s when you could have bands like Japan or Talk Talk or whoever, or OMD, who were making pop hits that were so weird.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, if you listen, first, the one I always think of is Tin Drum by Japan.
Okay.
It is such a weird record.
Yeah.
When you listen to it, it just sounds like the most avant-garde, like fringe, completely bizarre, abstract music. And then they were hit songs, and I'm just like, what conditions, under what conditions was this a hit? And so that's sort of what fascinates me. I'm sort of like...
That's your goal.
Yeah, can you imagine if like pop radio was filled with this kind of, that kind of experimentation?
Yeah. How would you describe the sound of Junior Boys, of this album?
I mean, how would I describe the sound? I don't know. I mean, I'm so bad at this. I'm bad at like describing what it sounds like. I mean, it's just like, to me, like people sort of say like, it sounds a lot different than the last record and stuff, but in a way I understand, right? Because I understand that, okay, the rhythms are a lot different in some respect. But to me, I just listen to it, I'm just like, it just sounds like us, you know?
Yeah.
And I hope that people see that, because it's sort of, I think there's a sort of continual thread that sort of, that we have a kind of sound to it, so that we can go off and try different things and it still sort of orbits this sort of central thing that is us.
But is progression musically, is it very important to you?
It's important to me that you do, this is what's important to me. I think basically that you have a record, and when you make a record, the record has a cohesiveness to it. It's like not like you do a record and there's like, this is my this song and this is my that song, you know? It's not like you want to do a record and like, here's my reggae song and here's my hard rock song, or whatever, you know? It should sound like a cohesive whole, but I sort of think in between records, that's where you have room to do different things.
Yeah.
Like basically from one record to the next can sound pretty different.
Yeah.
That's sort of how I feel. I kind of feel like, I mean, I'm sort of glad the record doesn't sound like Last Exit, because Last Exit's been made.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
So hopefully the next record won't sound like So This Is Goodbye.
No, but it's not like the next time you won't do stuff again. This is forbidden because I've done this already.
No, I'm too lazy to set those kind of conditions.
Yeah, all right.